and you should be able to hear me now. Is that better? Let me start this over. Did you hear the intro? I am so rusty on live streaming. It's like, Anyways, hi Dead GPK and hi MW. What I was saying was, workers of the light, we make mistakes too. We underestimate the very power that is within each and every single one of us. We are able to manifest and create. And when we listen to other people, and we intake that and we're following it as truth, we are actually so powerful that we will manifest that into our own body or into our own reality. Hi John Sear, how are you? So, hi Buster. And I also wanted to welcome all the wonderful new subscribers and, a big hug and thank you. And I will be doing more live streams so I can get to know everybody. I like to get to know everybody. Okay, so when we're thinking about when we're talking, even in the scripture, I'm going through and doing the Gnostic texts, as you all know, of the book of Enoch. Here's one part that I have left to do, and then that project will be finished up. But, even in the Bible, there's things to be found that are gold, silver, pearls, wisdom. And one of the things that Christ said is that it's not what goes into the man's mouth that defiles him. It's what comes out. And as we walk this out, things become more clear and clear. Well, if I was talking to you and you guys completely believed everything that I said, which I do try to take care of what I do say, because I understand the responsibility that comes with the words that we put out into the universe. And I was to tell you that you're going to have X, Y, and Z happen to you while you're going through a shift or an event or your awakening, and you believe that you have to experience X, Y, and Z in order to know that you're going through that, you will manifest that within yourself. Well, I'm here to tell you, my friends, that's where we need to use discernment, because I don't have any of those symptoms anymore. Once that wisdom got dropped on me and I backed away from all of that, I don't deal with any of that. And to tell you the honest truth, when the Schumann resonance goes off the charts, those are some of my best days. So each of us are unique and we handle things differently. And that's why it is so important that you get to know yourself, get your house in order, and then express what you're experiencing. We always want to share what we know so others can listen and grow, but not make it like a gospel that if you don't have this happen to you, you're not awakening, because that's so far removed from the truth. It's because we have accepted those things that we've manifested suffering into our lives when we don't need to. So yeah, I wanted to, hit on that a little bit, because it is important that we understand that when we speak, the words we speak, we're responsible for. And if it causes harm to other people, I couldn't handle the guilt. And now I know that there's been some where I've shared some experiences that I've had in some of the awakening symptoms, where it started off with dreams and visions and, some of the anomalies that happened with me. But just because those happened to me, that doesn't mean they have to happen to you. You're a unique sovereign being, and you're going to have your own unique experience with it. And you'll have your own Christ moment. This is not a religious channel, but I will, put that out there because, and you'll know it when it happens. There's no mistaking it. There's no denying it. But it's not what you think it is. I'm not gonna, let the cat out of the bag and ruin something that is so wonderful that, no, I'm not gonna do that. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying in the chat. You're just talking to each other. Oh, that's why I don't want to steer, yeah, anyone else's ship but my own. Yes, that's exactly what you should be doing, always. Yet I know I have a little to share at some point. We all share, and that's part of our growth process. As long as we're not taking on what somebody is sharing, is thinking that that is what has to happen to us, then we're okay. Use discernment. I love listening to people's testimony and their experiences. I grow from them. It's, that's what we're meant to do. And it does help, and it is beneficial, as long as people understand that people aren't putting out there that, well, I experienced this, so you have to experience this, or you're not, on the right path. Well, you are on the right path because it's narrow and you should be the only one on it. It's my point of view. Saying, oh, don't eat anything as gospel. Getting back to the thread, but I'm listening, of course. Hello back. Okay. Well, I'm glad that a few people showed up. I haven't been live in a while, so hang on. I got a technical difficulty I have to fix. Let me fix it. Okay. Also, after I finish up the Gnostic text of Enoch, we're going to be looking into the Tesla secret knowledge of the 369. So that's going to be my next endeavor. You'll find that on this channel. It's a little bit of everything. We have science, Gnostic knowledge. The secrets are coming out of the bag, and we're sharing them with everybody, because I think we're at a time in our life, that many generations look forward to being in, as things are being unveiled to us. We're getting deep, profound understandings. I just got a message in one of my dreams. It was so clear. It was two men talking, and the one man said to the other man, why do they think they need an intercessor? And I'm trying to still figure out what that means. Because most people in the Christian that I was raised in know that we don't. We go straight. We can pray straight to the heavenlies. We don't need a man to intercede on our behalf or anything like that. Now, I have to say, when more than one come into agreement, one will put 1,000 and two can put 10,000 to flight. There's something to that. When we come into agreement, we can move mountains. But right now, we're at the stage of everybody is getting to know themselves and coming to the understanding of how precious and divine each and every one of us are. And once we meet that level, then we're going to start getting into the you know, creating for the betterment of all mankind, not just a certain select few, but everybody will benefit of it. A lot of us are already praying for that or looking towards manifestation in that direction. You can't take someone else's truth as your own. That's true, Buster. What may be true for someone won't necessarily be true for someone else. That's exactly right. I was just looking back at some of my older posts. Actually, this one was named NPC. It was done last October, and it talks about the somatic, psychic, and the pneumatic realms, which are the 3 stages that we all seem to go through. You can't force anybody to wake up. People will wake up when they're ready, and it really does. It doesn't matter. They're still manifesting what's going on around them. They're just not aware of it. And those of us that become aware, there's more responsibility, and that's why we need to, make sure that what we're saying, we're not creating harm in others who are waking up, because that's how strong our consciousness is. That's how, powerful that we are. We can manifest illnesses. And I stay away from even commercials about medications with all the lists of side effects and all, I stay away from all that stuff because they know what they're doing in the advertising business. They've been doing it for quite a while. And by putting that information out there, they're going to have these people manifest the symptoms, and then they're going to sell their drugs. And then everybody's going to have these horrible side effects because they put those up there too. And then they're going to need another medication to take care of the side effects for the other medication that they manifested because they watched that darn commercial. It's called discernment, guys. And realize that we're all in this together. It's not a one group against another group. We're all equals. And that's one of the most beautiful understandings that we can come to, is how we are all one in this together, but also sovereigns having unique experiences. God, this screams intelligent design. And my goodness, the deeper that I go, the more it's just like I'm in awe of the creator of this place. It's just amazing. I do want to pull up and give some thank yous to my supporters. I got a new light. Hopefully now you guys can see my face a little bit better. And I'm gonna be away from the chat for just a second so I can pull this up, and because I want to really thank people. Okay, the channel supporters on Patreon. If it wasn't for you guys, I don't know where I would be. I mean, you've really helped out with so much. That would be D Mac, J Mac, J Camp, K Wright, Pink Coffee, and Sharon Grantham. Even if it's just a $1, you have no idea how much that helps and how much that does to improve things and make it so I can get software, learn. Let me get back over where I can see the chat and learn things, and get a light where you guys can see my face and I'm not in the dark. So yeah. And I don't know how many of you guys know T. Taylor. She makes this stuff. It's called Ormus. Now the Ormus it's kind of salty tasting. So what I do with it is, instead of adding salt, I just take the Ormus and just sprinkle it over the top, and that's really helping out with my energy, and lots of things are changing. So if you're interested in that kind of stuff, she takes care of that. And this is starting to sound like an infomercial. It's just, I just love you guys all so much, and so many people are so kind and have done so much. I mean, I don't know where I would be without Dead GPK helping out with the rooms like he does and moderating. And I mean, but we're here to help each other out. So, yeah. Yes, she is a very nice person. Okay. Do you guys have any questions? That was really mainly what I wanted to talk about, is that we make mistakes. You know, just because I'm sharing an experience that I had with you, it doesn't mean yours is going to be exactly alike. And I just wanted to put that information out so people can not compare themselves to others, because there really is no comparison. You're sovereign, you're divine, you're beautiful, you're able to create, you can play in this playground just like the rest of us. And with the rule of thumb that I use is, am I going to hurt somebody by my actions? If my actions are going to hurt somebody, then I don't go that direction. I look at, treat others as I want to be treated, and to do no harm to anybody else or harm their experience in any way. Because, you just want to go and beat the doors down on people's houses and say, you guys, I know that, but if they're not ready, it's not their time. And that's in the Bible. Nobody comes to the Father unless he draws them. So, realize and try not to worry, because what people would call an NPC will wake up in their due time. And they are creating what is going on around them. They just don't know it. They're just not aware of it. And it's really a blessing, and it's really something to be very, very grateful for, that you're aware of your surroundings. You're aware that you have a say-so, at least in your toroidal field. And when we get around large groups of people, we can feel their toroidal fields too, and you can sense whether they're kind of still in the somatic stage or in the psychic stage, or if they're operating in the pneumatic stage, because all you'll feel from them is just a radiation of love. That's a way to discern that, in case you were wondering. Let's see. Google Ormus. Anywhere I can learn more about this salty sprinkle? Yes. She's on my homepage. If you look off, I did an interview with her, and she talks a lot about it, and that is her channel. And she's got a wealth of information about Ormus, and it does, what they call it, it's some kind of gold. Amatonic gold, I'm thinking. Hey, Fifth World. Fifth World may be able to help more than I am on that. But it's like, it is a gold, and we need, there you go, monatomic gold, thank you. And we need it in our body, and that a lot of the things that have gone on in our life, we've kind of shorted ourselves out. But she makes it, and then she also, as we know from the snowflake experimentation, that when you put love on water, it makes a beautiful snowflake. But if you put hate, it makes this big mess. Well, she surrounds it with affirmations of love. And while she is making it, she surrounds it with affirmations of love as she is making it for you. Then she charges it up, and then she'll ship it out to you. So, yeah. But that's where you can find her channel very simply, is on my homepage, and it's T Taylor is her channel. Any other questions? Thank you. There you go. That's where you can find out more there, MW. I've heard it's not too difficult to make. I think a lot of it has to do with the intentions of the person who is making it. And I would prefer to have it made by somebody that knows what they're doing with their intentions, and because you'll get the best benefits out of it. Just like the snowflake experiment. You just put love, love, love all around it, and it makes a beautiful snowflake. So the product is working great for me, and I'm sure that it will for you. Like I said, I just don't use salt anymore because I just sprinkle, and you don't need very much. I just sprinkle that on the top, and it's perfect. And it tastes it. Now, if you were to take it and put it in like a teaspoon with a little bit of water, it'd be like drinking salt water. About distilled water. Distilled water. Did you know that if people are having problems with their kidneys, they recommend that they drink distilled water? So, I don't know. I haven't done a lot of looking into distilled water versus tap water versus bottled water. That could be a future thing that we can look into for sure. I don't think it mattered on the snowflake on what kind of water, as long as it was able to freeze. If it was surrounded with love affirmations, it made a beautiful and unique snowflake. No two were alike, and they were all beautiful. And then when they put hate or talked bad to it, it made this nasty mess. So what kind of snowflakes do we want to create? Right? So by adding love towards everybody, no matter what's going on, just throw love at it. Take the energy, transform it, send it out with a hug and a kiss with a new purpose. And that's a way to start changing this place. I'm glad you're here, Fifth World. I've been trying to get a hold of you, and then I saw that your email is down. Not good. Hopefully that will stop and you'll be able to fix that problem. Yeah. Old stuff. You need some new equipment. So focus on that. Okay. So that's about all that I wanted to share, was that, when we're talking and we're sharing experiences, don't take my experiences on as that these are the experiences you have to have, or anybody else for that matter. And if people are proclaiming those kind of things, they're just still a little confused. It's not, they do not mean you harm in no way. Everything is done with good intentions. It's just, sometimes things get convoluted and confusing. And as time is going on, things are becoming more clear and more clear. And then, so don't put yourself through things that you don't need to be going through. Let your gifts open up in you. I love having the dreams and visions. Oh, I could tell you one neat one I had the other day. That moment where you become lucid. I was riding on a dirt bike. Now, I can't ride a dirt bike. It was the two-wheeler, and I had somebody that was behind me. And then we went off this cliff, and right when we went off this cliff, I became lucid that I was in a dream. And then I controlled the bike, I controlled the landing, and then we were able to fly. And I mean, there's so much, that we're being taught. There's so much about us being unlocked. We're, embrace it. Enjoy it. This is a playground. What's the worst thing that could happen? You graduate, right? And now also, one other thing I wanted to ask you guys to think about and answer in the comments below. When Adam and Eve figured out they were naked, and then God put animal skin on them to cover them. Have you ever thought that, as we're progressing back and people are going into, they're seeing the crystals and stuff underneath their skin and all of these things, that maybe this skin that we have on our body is the animal skin? Something to think about. Let me know what you guys think about that. That's something that's been nudging at me for a while. I'm sure somebody's got the answer. Yeah, fifth wheel is like, yes. Okay, guys. I love you all so much. I'll keep this one at 30 minutes. And we are going to have a roundtable show. It's going to have Fifth, Tony, and Todd. Look forward to that coming soon. That's why I've been coming on live a couple times to get back familiar with using the live stream equipment, so we can bring that to you guys, because oh my gosh, we have a treasure trove of information to present to you guys. We all don't think exactly alike, but we all have one thing in common. And as we're all on our narrow path, they're on their narrow path, the information, but a common destiny. And it's going to be awesome. So look for that pretty soon. Don't forget, share what you know so we can all listen and grow. Please like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell to be notified of new postings, premieres, and live shows. If you'd like to sponsor the channel, the links are below. I have both Patreon and PayPal. And thank you, channel supporters. Without your support to keep things going, I don't know where I would be. It's people like you and your generosity that helps the work improve and for us to be able to grow. Thank you.